chillTV, and we are talking with one of the busiest guys in hockey right now, and it has nothing to do with the National Hockey League. It is Trevor Alto, who is the commissioner of the Pacific League, which has had a baby called the Chilliwack Jets, and they just had their AGM to deal with a number of issues. Trevor, thanks for taking some time out. First off, in a nutshell, from the AGM, you've got a schedule laid down and a tentative start date. How confident are you for that late September start?
Well, it was our AGM took place actually virtually over sort of a period of time and a couple of different sessions. So in putting this sort of timeline and start date together, there's a lot of thought that went in it. We put a return to play task group together, which had some input on it. And we basically looked at, we want to keep a solid 44 game schedule. And we identified sort of that with the way the rinks were opening and slowly but surely we'll be able to get to the ice and into the regular season in late September would be sort of our best bet at this point. I'm very confident that our teams have all been in great communication with their facilities, and when we get the okay, that things will take place fairly safely and swiftly.
I'm sure this came up at the AGM. We don't have to get into actual figures, but were there any franchises that were really taking it financially on the chin because of COVID? The last season was stopped in its tracks. You were looking forward to this season with an expansion team in Chilliwack. Is everybody in fairly decent financial shape?
That's an excellent question. I think the whole hockey world was shocked when the season got shut down. Over the last number of years, the board, under Ray Stonehouse's leadership, the past president, has really put a financial model in place to protect teams and to allow them some flexibility in growth going forward. I was brought on board as part of that. We actually, when the season was canceled, we're just beginning our final. So almost our whole league had completed their season. We had Aldergrove was playing North Van in the finals. The winner of that would have gone on to the Cyclone Taylor Cup. So we really only, fortunately, lost those two parts and events to our season. It wasn't a full loss, but it was obviously our championships that we did lose. But speaking to our teams financially, we're in excellent shape going forward, which allows us to come out with a start date here of the end of September.
Which leads to expansion, because obviously you're in a position where you can come into Chilliwack with the Jets and that ilk. And of course, the owner of the Jets is no stranger to the league, let alone hockey. Yeah,
exactly. Clayton Robinson was an owner in the Nanaimo Buccaneers in the Vancouver Island Junior Hockey League. He saw an opportunity here in the Pacific Junior Hockey League, and I think that speaks right back to what we were talking about before with the business models that have been put in place, that even in these times of COVID and uncertainty, there was still the attraction of putting an expansion team in. They have a great ownership group and a great plan and a great new facility. I know the community out there in Chilliwack is really growing and really getting behind the Jets. It's an old name. It's a team that played way back in the day, so it's great to see them resurrect that name. I know they've got their logo all around town and really taking some great first strides. So we're very excited to have the Jets on board as our 13th franchise.
Yeah, and their merchandise really looks good on their website. Back to what we're going to, knock on wood, see on ice. Overtime, you've tweaked it a little bit since the AGM.
Yeah, the three junior B leagues got together and we're actually putting a bit of an initiative together to do a lot of things as a cohesive group. And one of the things was speaking about the overtime. As everybody knows, the NHL used to play 4-on-4. Various junior leagues used to play 4-on-4, then 3-on-3, and etc. And when it was discussed, it was noted that fans really liked the NHL version with the 3-on-3 and the shootout. The NHL spends millions and millions of dollars in their research and development on their product, and I'm sure if fans like it, then it was a simple transition for us to make, and we're looking forward to testing it out when we get back.
This is not going to be the last time we speak, but again, Trevor, got to commend everybody on board, all the teams, because you've gone through COVID. Looks like we're all going to get out of this okay. Are there any franchises that are a little bit shaky? It doesn't appear to be. I was a little concerned about, say, Mission and such, but it seems that everybody is for the lack of a better term, financially okay?
Yeah, our business models are all in place from as soon as COVID started, and we started to do sort of an evaluation of where we're at and where we want to go. Like I said, the business models were strong enough to get us through. We're able to provide top-notch programs for players when they're able to come home. Our footprint or come back to play. Our footprint is perfect for executing our plan for return to play. And like I said, our board and everybody involved is very excited to getting the players back on the ice and getting through all this.
We will talk again very soon as we get closer and closer to the start date. Trevor, a big thank you.
Well, thank you very much for having me. We look forward to being in touch in the future.
Trevor Alto, the commissioner, the boss of the Pacific Junior Hockey League.